Well, hey, you guys, this is Scot Ariane from this Nomadic Idea, and today we're going to talk a little bit about Joshua Tree, California, and where to stay and how to hack Joshua Tree National Park and how to get the best deal on Airbnbs, because Ariane and I, in in all of our travels, whether it's been backpacking or in the Airstream, we've slept in everything. Tents, cabins, national forest cabins, the worst of the worst and the best of the best. And all I can tell you is that there is definitely a way to get the best deal in Airbnbs. In Joshua Tree, California, just so you know, man, it's full of Airbnbs. In fact, right across the street from where we're staying right now in this Airbnb, it is a gigantic park of Airstreams. That's right, Airstreams. And they have a huge guest area and a community area, but you're in an Airstream. Now, Ariane and I live in an Airstream, so why would we pay an exorbitant amount to stay in an Airstream? So we're going to tell you a little bit about this Airbnb in Joshua Tree, California, Airbnbs, and how to get the best deal. Okay, so first of all, if you're going to visit Joshua Tree, California, there's specific area that you should really look around to get or to stay in an Airbnb. Now, Airbnbs aren't that expensive in Joshua Tree, California. It's the fees. It's the fees that either the host or Airbnb itself imposes on that stay. But one of the two things that you're going to want to do right off the bat, and here's how to hack Joshua Tree, California big time if you're going to stay in an Airbnb, is that you want to stay as close to Palms 29 Road as you can. That's the main road that goes right through 29 Palms and right through Joshua Tree, California, and it goes all the way into Yucca Valley. You want to stay as close to that main road as you can, and you want to stay as close to Joshua Tree, California in the little shopping area as you can. We picked this Airbnb specifically because we could walk and go have dinner at the Joshua Tree Saloon, which is okay. We'll talk about that in a minute. But there's a bunch of shops and a bunch of different eclectic different stores, and we picked this one exclusively because we could walk there. And here's the biggest reason why it's important to choose your Airbnb carefully in Joshua Tree, California. Airbnbs are a dime a dozen, right? But if you have dogs, look at this backyard. We are completely gated in this backyard where our dogs have free reign of the entire property all over. So it's super important to check what kind of Airbnbs are dog friendly, which ones aren't, which ones impose fees, which ones don't, and the best Airbnb really for your dog. So they have a whole way of getting around this property. And this specific Airbnb actually has a working hot tub, and yes, after a long day of hiking, that hot tub was blissful. Well, Dino, do you approve of staying here? Huh? It's pretty nice. Got a little bar, picnic table, a couple chairs, and beautiful backyard. So this particular Airbnb, I mean, you can see it's really nice, but it is definitely corporate for sure. But you have a big, gigantic map of Joshua Tree, so you can map out everywhere you want to go and how you want to get there. It's got 2 bedrooms, got a nice bathroom. Bedrooms are really nice. There you go. So the Joshua Tree National Park Visitor Center is right in Joshua Tree, California. So not only can you have a great burger, you can do a little shopping, you can see all the art and all the little small entrepreneurial stores and culture, but then you can go into the visitor center and get yourself a map to go explore Joshua Tree National Park. So it's quite possible when you're driving through or going to Joshua Tree National Park, you will drive right through Joshua Tree, California and miss everything. Joshua Tree, California is on the main drag anyway on 29 Palms. It's like only maybe a couple of football fields long. But that's where all the cool stuff is, and that's where all the nomads come and set up their art and shops, and it's very eclectic and it's really cool. And it's something that anybody who comes to Joshua Tree National Park should come out here and support local business, because there's some really cool stuff out here. So when you come out here, you want to look for the Z Club. It's really very close. We walked here. It's only about 10 minutes away from our Airbnb in walking distance. But the Z Club is open from Thursday to Sunday, and they have music. You have jazz on Sundays. It's some really good, just good live music. This is a really cool place just to hang out in the evening time, because the evening times are really nice and cool. But it's the Z Club right on 29 Palms, right in the art district here in Joshua Tree, California. It's really cool to hang out, especially if you like art. If you like art and that type of culture, you don't want to miss this little area in Joshua Tree, California. So a few things to know before I go. One, Joshua Tree, California has a ton of Airbnbs. That means there's a lot of competition. Your rates are probably going to be a little bit lower, but there's room to negotiate. So don't be afraid to call the person who owns the property or the company who owns the property. They usually have a representative who answers all those questions, and negotiate. There's a lot of Airbnbs out there and they want you to stay with them. So don't be afraid to negotiate. And the second thing is, look around, make sure you're getting the best deal for the buck. Again, a lot of Airbnbs in Joshua Tree, California, and they want your business. So anyway, I hope you guys got some value out of this video. Joshua Tree, California is a great place to hang out for a couple days and enjoy a really nice place to stay at affordable prices, and to see a lot of cool stuff. And there's a big national park there. Anyway, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.